Hello, my name is Aaron Sanchez, and today I'm going to be talking about something that I've been working on over the years and kind of building my baselines and understanding those baselines. So, things I need when, let's say, I am in a less than optimal environment. Maybe I have more activities, events. My kids have events that are taking us here and there, and I just don't have as much time in my day to day. So these are things, baselines to keep me healthy, to keep me both mentally healthy, physically healthy, but also still progressing, even though I don't have as much time. So the first thing is understanding your baselines. For me, it's the minimum amount of sleep that I can get away with on a nightly basis and still function. Now, I have this I say to an exact science for me, but that for me is 6 hours. So for you, it could be five. I don't know anyone really who can thrive on that, but we are talking about baselines here. But generally, if I can get 6 hours, life is pretty good. I'm not going to win any mathematics awards. Yes, I said that correctly. I don't know if I got 6 hours last night, so maybe that's the problem here. But yes, 7 plus hours is much better. I can just, it's like a Claritin commercial where they peel the layer off and you've seen clear for the first time in your life because you took Claritin. That's how it is when I can get 7 plus hours of sleep. Anything under that, I will be fine. I will have energy through the day. I don't need to slam on monster energies all day. But I will not be processing at 100%. Typically, my workouts won't suffer. Again, in those periods of time, I'm not going to go for 100% effort in all exercises. So, getting back to it, the second thing, let's talk about movement. So, movement becomes more important to me when I am in less than ideal situations, time periods. So, my baseline per week is 3 strength training workouts comprised of at least 4 movements in each workout. Now, this isn't the time where I am really, really trying to push things, where I am going all out. I'm just trying to move. I'm trying to just maintain movement. I tend to focus in those periods of time on technique a lot more, really moving the weight, like feeling myself move the weight through space and just using it as a break from the day to day routine. So, 6 hours of sleep, 3 workouts, and here's where I focus on getting as many steps as I can. Now, I'm not talking about a ridiculous amount of steps, so much so that it's pulling me out of what I need to be doing, but just making sure I'm hitting that 10,000 mark. And in fact, if I can combine some work activity with walking, even better. And especially after meals, because given that I tend to sit in those periods of time and for longer stretches more, I find that the more I can move, the better my mood is, and it just helps with energy levels as well. So the third thing that I have is, as far as understanding my baseline, but also thriving on less than optimal, is, and this is not talked about as much in the fitness and nutrition realm, although it is very, very important. But that's getting some actual face to face time with my wife and my 2 kids. and setting things aside. It doesn't have to be these long periods of time. I'm not talking about 2 hours. I'm talking about, 2 to 5 minutes in a day where I don't have my phone, TV's not on, not listening to music, but I'm asking how their day went and I'm actually listening intently and I'm getting that time, that building that connection that allows me to thrive, even though I may not be feeling 100%, even though our schedules can be chaotic. It just allows me a moment to rest and to check in and to stay grounded and understand why I'm doing everything that I'm doing. It's because so I can have those moments. Now, the next thing is as far as building baseline that is very, very important to me is understanding my dietary habits. Like, what do I need day to day in those situations? Let's say you just have a lot of travel coming up. For me, that's at least 4 meals. Now, they don't have to be huge meals, but usually in each of them, I want to do a veggie and piece of fruit. I'm going to get some lean protein. I'm just going to keep it very, very simple. So it can be something as easy as some oatmeal, protein powder with some berries. That's it. So as long as I can get 4 meals, and they may not be meals. I call them meals. They're not really, it's like, or a large snack. So I pre-plan. If we're gonna be out on the road, like I just take a lunchbox, and I'm not the Tupperware guy, but there are snacks. There's things in there that make me happy. So that can be pre-packaged almonds, some jerky, salmon jerky, beef jerky, protein bars, some protein shakes, instant oatmeal. An underrated one in those times is electrolyte packets. I find that in times where I'm like really, really pushing, I'm on the go, the electrolyte package doesn't have caffeine. The one I use personally, this isn't sponsored, but I love it. I've used it for over 4 years now. It's LMNT. There are various other brands. You don't have to use that one, but that is the one I use. And it's just like a treat, but it also is very, well, it's doing its job because it's hydrating. That's all I'll say there. Aside from that, so I kind of just go through the mental checklist. Like, how can I protect my mentals? How can I protect my physical body? So that may look like connection with my family. That can be reading 5 pages, just stepping away from TV, stepping away from the phone. Now, as far as nutritional, how can I nourish my body in those periods of time? And I just simplify my diet. If I have to eat out, if I have to eat out at a fast food restaurant, I don't stress those things. I just make sure I'm getting a protein, I'm getting some sort of carb. Most fast food places these days have some sort of fruit, so you can just get some. I love to get fruit, a salad, and something like a chicken sandwich, a burger with extra veggies on that. Boom. It's simple. You can get that at McDonald's, Wendy's, just anywhere. And keeps me going because I know I'm not going to eat that way indefinitely. It's just a short-term thing, so I just don't stress about it. And then the other thing, sleep. So if I have to get up at 4:30 a.m., I just work backwards and I make sure I hit that hour. Like, I'm in bed at least 30 minutes before so I can wind down to get some deeper sleep, some stress relief, and I make sure I at least get that baseline 6 hours. For me could be different from you, and that is how I thrive on less than optimal, and at the same time establish my baselines. Now, I understand those things can change, but right now That's how I do it. It's allowed me to continue to progress in training, also maintain in long period with long stretches, long periods of time, but also keep up the habits because that's the most important thing here. Like I haven't had to go crazy on energy drinks. Like we all have those days where like maybe I have to pop open two, but most days it's just like one espresso, one can of energy drink. Yeah, but uh, just to rehash, sleep. Establish your sleep baseline. What's the minimum amount you can get and still feel like a fully functioning human being? Two, your diet. What diet what is your diet baseline? What do you need in a day? Is it 3 servings of vegetables, 3 servings of fruit? Is it 3 huge glasses of water? Like what is it that you can still get in your nutrition, feel good, have energy, push when you need to in less than optimal environments? Then the mental. Is it a crossword puzzle? Is it spending time with your partner? Is it spending time with your dog or your cat? And building that into your routine. Obviously, it's critical. And I believe that's it. Probably left one thing off, but it's in the video, so I think it's okay. I hope you found value today. Go ahead and hit that like button, subscribe. I'll be releasing future videos on fitness and nutrition, so look for those.